Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts, hold on tight. You're in for one crazy, epically cool, and amazing ride tonight on the Josh Nolan and Oliver Schultz Full Throttle Racing Show, hashtag one on YouTube. With me tonight, we have sprint car sensation, Gage Pulkrabek. Welcome to the show, Gage.
Thank you for having me.
So, Gage, let's talk about your racing career. Where did it all begin for you?
It began when I was 5, around 2011. That's why I started doing go-karts here at the East Grand Forks River City Speedway go-kart track.
Okay. What was it like for you to get behind the wheel of a racing vehicle for the first time?
It it was pretty slow because the go-karts that we had were like not even 5 miles per hour, so it it kind of felt like you were just steering it more than just racing.
Okay. So, Gage, with your racing career, how much success have you had as a race car driver up until now?
A little bit, not I I've won a few things, but I haven't won too much. But I I did race against some pretty good people back during when I was in go-karts and stuff.
Okay. So, Gage, what do you think of running a 410, and what's your thoughts about running a 410 and 360 sprint car?
It's fun, really fun, cause you cause you get to meet a lot of the big people that you watched when you're racing when I was growing up, and I mean it's kind of unbelievable that I can race with them. But yeah,
Okay.
410s and 360s are pretty pretty mean machines.
So, Gage, when it comes to your racing career, what's the story behind your race car number?
Uh, there isn't really much story behind it. It's just the number when I started, the age I started at, and then the G is just the first letter of my name.
Okay, okay. So, Gage, when it comes to your racing career, who do you have for sponsors on your race car?
We have Proceed, Agserve, Seth Vander, Phil Thompson Associates, Pulkrabek Farms, and oh, I'm forgetting one. JB Repair, I'm pretty sure is the last one.
Okay. So, Gage, are you still looking for sponsors for your racing team?
Yeah, yeah. It's. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure everyone would almost always be looking for sponsors, especially in their early years. But yeah, we're probably still looking for more.
Okay, so if there's anybody going to be out here watching this racing show with me and Jay and Gage Pulkrabek, reach out to Gage and his family because they'd appreciate the sponsorship on Gage's race cars to get further into his racing career. So, Gage, with your racing career, what's your 5 year plan with the racing?
Hopefully move up the field, maybe win a few more races. Probably win at least a feature within the 5 year span.
Okay, what is your 10 year plan?
Probably be near the top people in racing,
Okay,
and consistently win.
okay. So, Gage, when it comes to your racing career, um, who is your inspiration? Who inspires you to keep racing?
Uh, mostly my dad, because the only reason I'd be racing is if I was with him. He he brings me to almost every race that I can, and he's the one that started me racing go-karts.
Okay, so Gage, when it comes to your racing career, um, what is your favorite track to race on?
So far it'd have to be my home track, but it'd probably come in time that it would change. But yeah, so far it'd just be my home track of River City Speedway.
Okay. River City Speedway. Okay. So Gage, what is your favorite racetrack to race on then?
Probably the same track that I'm still racing, River City Speedway.
Okay. How big is River City Speedway?
It is a quarter mile with pretty extreme baking in the corners, and it's pretty fast for a quarter mile. Or yeah, quarter mile, not half.
Okay. So Gage, when it comes to your racing career, who is your favorite race car driver? Who is your racing hero?
Oh, my hero? That
Yeah.
that have to be Mark Domeyer because I didn't really watch much online, but yeah, it'd have to be Mark Domeyer, one of the home track people. We never really went
Okay.
down south or anywhere else.
Okay. So Gage, when it comes to your racing career, um, when you're at the racetrack, what helps get you psyched up and motivated to get in your race car?
I mean, just sitting in it. That's what psychs me up. Just being ready to race and just sitting in there. Besides that, I'm almost always ready to race.
Okay, okay. So Gage, when you're at the racetrack, what's your favorite thing to eat at the racetrack?
Ooh, some places have better hot dogs. Some places have better hamburgers. But Knoxville, they have they have the most variety, and I like their uh chicken bites, which are just chicken nuggets.
Okay. So Gage, when you're away from the racetrack, what's your favorite restaurant to eat at?
Well, that's kind of tough. Texas Roadhouse is pretty
Okay,
good.
okay, okay,
I like steak.
okay. So Gage, when you're at home, what's your favorite home cooked meal that your family makes for you?
I mean, we usually cook steaks and yeah, we usually cook steaks or some kind of chicken. But
Okay.
yeah,
So Gage, when you're at the racetrack, who helps work on your race car?
usually it's just my dad, but sometimes my younger brother will come with. And if we ever get someone to help us, we'll have them help.
Okay. So Gage, when it comes to your racing career now, what's the worst thing you've had happen to you as a race car driver?
Oh, the worst thing was the Knoxville crash for 410 Nationals. During
Okay.
the second day, I think it was the second day of stuff during hot laps when the left wing panel came off and I went straight into the wall.
Oh, oh. Did you get hurt at all, Gage?
No, no, not hurt at all. Just banged my left elbow off the seat.
Okay. So Gage, when it comes to your racing career, who are some of your friends at the racetrack?
Brendan Mullen. Besides, Brendan Mullen and sometimes, I mean, I don't really keep tabs with many people, but friends I'd have to say would be Brandon Mullen and most of the home track people here in River City Speedway.
Okay, okay. So Gage, what do your school friends think of you being a race car driver?
They think it's actually pretty cool, but they don't really talk about it, and I don't really talk about it much.
Okay. So Gage, when it comes to your racing career, do you have a racing nickname?
Yes, it's the Bandit.
The Bandit. Okay. The Bandit. Okay. Where'd that nickname come from, Gage?
I don't know. My dad just said it'd be a good one. That's about it.
Okay, okay, okay. So Gage, what do you like to do for fun away from the racetrack?
I usually just play video games. That's play video games and do schoolwork. That's pretty much what I do when I come back home. And
Okay.
then we
So Gage, I'm gonna go ahead.
uh after we do car maintenance, of course.
Okay. So Gage, I'm going to do something pretty cool right now. I'm going to turn the mic over to you. You can ask me some questions now if you'd like.
Where do you usually post this?
I posted on my YouTube channel. It's called the Josh Nolan and Oliver Schultz Full Throttle Racing Show #1 on YouTube.
Nice. What what do you usually do when you're not watching races or
The thing with me, Gage, is I eat, sleep, and breathe racing. It's nonstop. That's all I think about is racing.
sleeping is pretty good.
Yeah.
Uh, who's your favorite race car driver? And you can't say me.
Okay. I'll tell you, Gage, the guy who was my hero growing up, I kid you not, he's from by you, but a little ways further south than you. He actually was a racing hero ever since I was like 6 or 7 years old because I'm in my 40s now. And every time I'd watch him on like the TNN channel or American Sports Cavalcade back then with the Knoxville Nationals or whatever they World of Outlaws were on, my racing hero was Doug Wolfgang.
Yeah, that sounds nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
I could.
because the reason why he's my hero too is because there's things on the racetrack in a sprint car that he could do that would just be it's mesmerizing. He could take the Steve Kinser and I'm like, whoa, this guy is good.
What do you usually do after the races?
After
Do
the
you ever just
races,
come
I
down?
come home, I come down to the pits, talk to the drivers. I've met you once at Jackson Motorplex. Met you once at Jackson Motorplex. And that was a night I don't know if you were having problems with your motor or what was going on. And I had asked you to do this, and you're like, yeah, get a hold of me sometime later this week or something like that because we're getting loaded up to get ready to head out of here.
I have to think. I have an awful memory, so I usually have to think about where that was. I mean, yeah, it'd have to be Jackson, but I have to wonder what
Yeah,
we were doing.
Jackson Motorplex, and I can't remember. I know you was a night you were struggling, and God, I want to say it was like the first night of the Jackson. It was either the first night of the Jackson Motorplex Nationals, or it was a night that they were running. I want to say 360 sprint cars, and you were there. One of the nights.
Could be one of the
Yeah,
two.
yeah. I want to say it's Jackson Nationals because the reason why I want to say that is because that was also the night I. That was okay. That was the night. Okay, they were running outlaw cars, but it wasn't Jackson Nationals yet. It was the night that they were running with Austin McCarl. You guys were, and I can't remember who else. It was Austin McCarl and Chase Randall. He'd come up from Knoxville. I can't remember who it was, but it was a 410 show. I know that at Jackson this year.
I think that's when the 410 motor broke. I'm pretty sure that's when it broke. But that was at West.
Yeah,
I remember that as West Fargo, not as there.
yeah, but yeah, that's where I met you at is at Jackson Motorplex. Yeah, because I had walked up to Chase Randall. I says, Chase, do you have any hero cards? He's like, no, we'll be back here after the Jackson around the Jackson Nationals, and I'll have them then. Okay. When I was talking to Austin McCarl, and shortly after that, I ran over and talked to you for a bit, and then after the races, I come over and talk to you a little bit more.
Hmm?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Actually, maybe we were going. Maybe we were actually going to a different track. I can't. It was something weird. We were doing something.
yeah. So you have any more questions for me, Gage?
No.
Okay, so Gage, do you have a racing page that the racing fans can follow you on?
I have one on Facebook. It's just my name, pretty much.
Okay, so if there's
Besides
anybody
that,
out here going to be watching, as if there's anybody going to be out here watching this racing show, and me and with me and the 5G of Gage Pulkrabek, reach out to Gage on Facebook. He'd appreciate the fans, with his racing career definitely. Um, better known as Gage, the Bandit Pulkrabek, nevertheless. So, Gage, I want to thank you for being on the racing show with me tonight, talking to me about your racing career, getting to know you a little bit better. So, Gage, I'll let you step out. I'll do a little racing news update, and I'll call you in a little bit to thank you in person, okay?
Alrighty.
Thank you. Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Gage, the 5G, 360, and 410 sprint car of Gage Pulkrabek of up there by Fargo, North Dakota. And do me a favor, go hit up Gage on Facebook because he'd appreciate the sponsorship. The fans appreciate the fans following him. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank my before I go any further, racing news update wise. Hopefully Kyle Busch can rebound this week at the Charlotte Roval after his incident at Talladega last week, and he can continue in the chase. Congratulations to Ryan Blaney. Also, but yes, definitely. Hold on a second there. Yeah, Gage, you forget something?
Oh,
Did you forget something, Gage?
No, I thought you just wanted me to just stop talking. I'm like, wait a second.
No. I wanted you to step out, and I'll call you in a little bit to thank you in person there, bud.
Okay.
Yeah. But Ryan Blaney picked up the Talladega win last weekend, so good luck to Ryan Blaney. Also, next summer, ladies and gentlemen, the NASCAR Premier Series that Kyle Busch and everybody and Ryan Blaney and stuff racing are going to be coming to Iowa Speedway. That's going to be something to watch next summer in June. So definitely get your tickets for that. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank my sponsors, Dirt Track Race Cars and Company. Get a hold of Dirt Track Race Cars and Company for all your racing diecast needs because they have the 8D of Doug Wolfgang in 164 scale. He raced in 1989. They have the 8 car that Doug Wolfgang, the orange car that he raced in 1990 in 164 scale. The 29 car Weikert Livestock car that Doug Wolfgang won the Knoxville Nationals in 1985 in 164 scale. And they also have the 47 Casey's General Store of Danny the Dude Lasowski that he raced in 1994. And then they also have the 47 car that's sponsored by Casey's, nevertheless. And then they also have the 1 and Nance car that Sammy Swindell raced in 1982. So definitely go snag them up at dirttrackracecars.com for all your racing diecast needs. Also, I'd like to thank Manning Motorsports and New England Hemophilia Association / Walking with Wayland. But if you would like to sponsor my racing show or our racing show, nevertheless, you can email me at jjnolan151@gmail.com, or you can call or text me at 712-209-7138. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, have a good night. Catch you later on another episode of the Josh Nolan and Oliver Schultz Full Throttle Racing Show, #1 on YouTube.